I'm getting ready to make some homemade cornbread for our supper today. This pan right here, we only use it for cornbread. We don't use it for anything else. I've got my oven turned on to 425. We've got this greased, and I'm going to put this in the oven to preheat. Okay, I'm starting on Sunday supper, and I'm getting ready to mix all my cornbread up. I've got the skillet like I showed you in the oven preheating with the grease in it. And I know you've probably got your own way of making cornbread, and all kinds are wonderful. But this is just how I make it for my family. I got 1 1/4 cups of self-rising cornmeal. I've got the white. If you want to use the yellow, please feel free. I've got 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt in it. I've got 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And my family likes sweet cornbread. Not everybody does, so the sugar is optional. I've got 2 tablespoons in it. I'm going to whisk this all together. I've got 2 cups of whole milk. And I've got 2 slightly beaten eggs. I'm going to mix this all together using my Danish dough whisk.
Is that called the magic wand? Because it's like magic how well it works.
It is. I think a lot of people are buying these, and believe me, you will love it. Make sure I've got all of that mixed. Now, you don't have to do this next step, but my mom always did it, and I'm doing it. I've got some bacon grease I'm going to add into it. And that's little pieces of bacon that you see. I'm going to give this another stir. Then we're going to get it in our skillet when it's ready to come out of the oven. Okay, we got the cornbread pan out of the oven. It's ready to pour all this in. You can hear it sizzling a little bit.
You can see it too, yep.
That means it's good and ready to go in there. Gonna get that crust, that brown crust. Where are the...
I'm multitasking.
You do a great job, honey. You really do. Okay, this is getting ready to go in the oven for 25 minutes. Okay, I'm getting my potatoes on to cook for the buttered parsley potatoes. I'll leave the skin on because that's where the nutrients are, and I've cut them up into chunks. I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to bring that to a boil, and then I'm going to turn down and simmer it for about 15 minutes until the potatoes are fork tender. I put some avocado oil in the bottom of my skillet because we like to get the Polish sausage brown first before I add the sauerkraut, and we have got 2 pounds of this. Yes, it's a lot of meat, but my family can eat a lot of food.
There's a lot of meat eating the meat.
Yes, there is. Well, that one flew off, but I'll get it. I'm just gonna cook these till they get browned real good, and then I'll be putting the sauerkraut in. Okay, I'm ready to add the sauerkraut now, and I tell you, we get these at Aldi. It's $1.29 a jar, and it is some of the best sauerkraut other than homemade that we've had. So this is what we use.
It's a 24-ounce jar too. So it's a good sized jar. It's fighting.
I know, it is. It's okay. It'll come out. And I'm using 2 jars for the 2 pounds of Polish sausage.
Because we're too hungry.
My mom, she could can the best sauerkraut you ever tasted. I did not get any canning capabilities from my mom. Her sauerkraut she canned, and her bread and butter pickles, and her tomatoes. Oh my.
I can open a can, but that's about it.
Just gonna kind of get this mixed up in here. Got a lot of juice to cook down. The mom used to fix hot dogs in with sauerkraut too.
Yeah.
I remember that.
My mom did that, now that you mention it.
It was whatever she could find for us to eat. And hot dogs used to be really cheap.
I told Janice that my mom, I never developed this, she always put ketchup on her sauerkraut.
Really?
Did not.
I've never heard of anybody doing that.
She put ketchup on it. She would not eat sauerkraut if it didn't have ketchup.
Now, we're just gonna let this boil and cook down some of the juice and stuff while I'm getting the potatoes fixed, and we'll be back. Got the cornbread out of the oven. I've been spreading a little bit of butter on it, but man, it looks good. Okay, the potatoes are fork tender, so I've got them drained. I'm putting a stick of margarine in. Gonna let that melt real good in here. If you want it to melt faster, you can put a lid on there, which I may do because everything else is ready. And then I'll show you how I season them. Okay, they've got the butter all melted. I'm going to salt. Use however much salt you want. Potatoes is one of those things where it takes a lot of salt, I think. Pepper. And dried parsley flakes. And we like a lot of these. Okay, I'm going to give it a stir. And we're going to get this stuff plated up and eat. Okay, we got my sweet Erica plate plated all up, and he's getting ready to try this Sunday supper.
Yeah, let's have some cornbread. That's good. Should I get them all in one shot?
I hope y'all are having a blessed day. Remember, it's going to be okay, and we love y'all.